Welcome to the Campfire. Today we're analyzing District 146A. Teams in this district include Aldine, Benjamin Davis, Eisenhower, MacArthur, Nimitz, Spring, Dekaney, and Westfield. Let's begin by taking a look at these teams in our film session presented by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Spring Westfield will once again be the favorite in 146A. After Matt Meekins retired last spring, many wondered if the Mustangs' dominance in district play would fall off. The quick answer? No. Westfield went 7-0 in the district, and Desmer Black's defense only allowed 8 points per game in 146A. The defense will be a strong point again, and once they choose a new quarterback, that guy will be happy to have Emmanuel Yancey at the wide receiver position. However, Aldine Nimitz should give the Mustangs a challenge. The Vikings returned 15 starters, including 3-year quarterback Albert Brown and wide receiver Malachi Augustus. The Nimitz-Westfield game on October 10th should be for the crown. Benjamin Davis finished in a tie for second last season, and they bring back offensive newcomer of the year Drake Williams. Spring was the final postseason team from a year ago. The Lions will look to wide receiver Kevin Davis to make some plays in the passing game. Dekaney was surprisingly not a playoff team in 2024. The Wildcats will look to get back behind defensive end Calvin Carter and a running game that features C.J. Chiser and the return of Samaritan Cunningham. Eisenhower returns second-team running back Elijah Dixon. MacArthur and Aldine High will be looking for players to step up this fall for their teams to earn some district dubs.
The film session is presented by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive. Players on the Rise is brought to you by Parker University. Do you or your student want a career training the world's best athletes? Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today. The Campfire is brought to you by DQ for treats and eats before and after the game.
For an even deeper look at 146A, here's producer Ward Fasold and Matt Stepp from Dave Campbell's Texas High School Football with the District Breakdown.
All right, Matt Stepp from Dave Campbell's Texas High School Football. We're talking 146A. That's the Spring. That's the Aldine schools. They were chomping at the bit last year. They're like, Matt Meekins, he retired, man, or he's moved on. We can go get Westfield. They didn't get Westfield. They let Westfield still win the district. Westfield seems like they're going to be Westfield in this district. Is that the same for 2025?
Yeah, I actually think Westfield's got a chance to be better this year. They bring back 7 starters on both sides of the ball. They've got some experience coming back. I think they've got a quarterback that they like in Cameron Hubbard to take over. They've got some playmakers, Emmanuel Yancey on the outside. And Westfield's always going to play tough defense with that defensive end DeMarcus Marks, Colby Foster, Davon Smith, Antonio Underwood. Look, Westfield's going to have dudes on the defensive side of the ball. They always play tough defense. It's a hallmark of Westfield football for a long time, and I think we're going to see it again. I still think, although the gap may have closed a little bit with some of the Aldine schools, I think Westfield's still the class of 146A, and I think having Coach Black having a full year now, he took over in July. It was really still Coach Meekins' program. I think with the full offseason, Coach Black's been able to, he's made some new hires. He hired Averion Hurts as an offensive coordinator. That's Jalen Hurts' older brother that played at Channelview as well. He was a good high school player in his own right as the offensive coordinator. So I think they're putting their own spin on things. They've got the experience back, and they've got that Westfield, that nasty defense that's a hallmark of Mustang football. So still think they're the king of the crop, the king of the hill, and cream of the crop, king of the hill in 146A.
Whatever you want to call it. I appreciate it. We will talk 156A next week. And Stepp, you have yourself a good week.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
We'll post the entire breakdown segment this Wednesday on our social media pages. Now let's take a look at some game changers in our Players on the Rise, presented by Parker University. In 146A, Aldine Nimitz quarterback Albert Brown Jr. is the best signal caller around. Brown was the district's offensive MVP a year ago, as he threw for almost 2,300 yards and 26 touchdowns. Albert also ran for 6 more scores, as he can get out of the pocket if he needs to. Since Brown became quarterback his sophomore year, he has helped the Vikings' resurgence as he's led them to 15 wins in 2 seasons. One of the more unsung running backs in Houston is Benjamin Davis tailback Nicholas Tramble. Last year, he gained 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns for the Falcons, who finished second in district play. Doesn't take long for Tramble to see the hole and then explode through it. He had 700 yards as a sophomore as well. Nicholas has offers from Tulsa, Yale, and Arizona, among others. Samaritan Cunningham from Spring Duquesne is looking to reintroduce himself in 2025. The senior running back missed his junior year due to an injury, but he's eager to remind everyone how talented he is in the backfield. As a sophomore, he ran for almost 400 yards. The Samaritan has that track speed. Cunningham has offers from Arizona, Tulsa, and UTSA. All the defensive coaches at Spring Westfield will warn you, DeMarcus Marks is coming in 2025. Marks has put in the work in the weight room, and now the defensive end has shot up from 180 to 215 pounds. Last year, he had 27 tackles, 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, and 8 quarterback hurries. DeMarcus loves the physicality of his position, and it shows when he pushes through the offensive line.
The film session is presented by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Our Ward Fasold caught up to Spring Westfield head coach Desmar Black to talk about his Mustangs in our Media Day segment.
All right, Media Day, we are talking with Spring Westfield head coach Desmar Black. And Coach, we're talking 14-6A, and since you're not allowed to pat yourself on the back, y'all have been ruling the roost there for quite a while. They might have thought they could jump up on you when Coach Meekins retired, and you kind of slid in there, but nope, that didn't happen. Talk about your first season there as the main head coach. I know you were familiar with the players, but talk about how that first season went, maybe from beginning to end, just how you felt your first season as head coach went.
Well, I mean, I really didn't have much time to think about it. It was a surprise that Coach Meekins was going to retire. So it was kind of, I've been used to getting prepared for, of course, my side of the ball for years. But when he gave us that news, now it was like, okay, what's next? We don't have time to do a whole lot of thinking. This is what we got to do. And so we had to make some quick decisions. Number one, who's going to call the plays, because we had anticipated getting a new offensive coordinator, because obviously Stephen Hill left to go to Randall.
Yeah.
So we elevated Derek Thurman, who was our receivers coach. He's been with us for 18 years, the same amount of time as I've been here at Westfield. So just how could we not do so much change, do what the kids know, along with Alfredo Morales, who's our offensive line coach, run game coordinator, leaning on him a lot for the run game. But we had a quarterback in Miles Dent who was a returner. But how do we replace a quarterback's coach?
Right.
How do you replace myself as a defensive coordinator, but now the head coach, but also calling the plays on defense? So we had to figure that out on the run, but also get prepared to play a tough CE King team in week 1.
I appreciate you joining me, man. We'll talk to you down the line.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You can catch the entire interview Friday on our social media channels. Hey, that'll do it for this week's Campfire. Next week, we take a deep dive into 15-6A. Until then, have a great week, everybody.